Hey guys, so welcome back to Purely Walking. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through the top 5 ways that Dominicans can use tigueraje on you. What is tigueraje, you may ask? Tigueraje is basically street smart. Things that Dominicans use to take advantage or get some more money off of you. Not necessarily illegal things, possibly at the end I'll talk about some illegal things. But generally, these are things that people in the street be doing to get your money basically. And what you can do, especially if you're touristing here in Dominican Republic, to avoid or be more tigre than the tigre. So I'm going to be teaching you how to be more street smart than they are. So stick around if you want to find out what these tactics are and how to be smarter than them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to learn some information on Dominican Republic and everything we got going on over here, then go ahead and subscribe. So the first tactic we're going to be talking about belongs to the good old parqueadores. Parqueadores are men that are out there just randomly on the street, especially at a large gathering or an event where a lot of people are expected. They're also in like hospitals and places where a lot of people gather. So if those places don't have specific parking, then los parqueadores help people to park on the street curb or the street side. What happens is parqueadores use 2 tactics to get you to spend money on them or give them money. They're not owners of the street, of course. The streets are public, but what they do is they charge you to wash your car for you since you're parking in the street. So the 2 tactics they use are, first of all, they come at you with a carton, un cartón, una caja, something that looks like a side of a box, and they put it on your windshield so your car doesn't get heated with the sunlight. So they basically put like a sunshade on your car, but you didn't ask for any of this. They put it on there because when you get out of wherever you were going and you're gonna get back to your car, they run to you, they identify that you're leaving, and they take, in order to take off the cardboard off your car, they charge you money. They're like, oh, I've been watching your car all this time and I wanna, get a little bit of a tip because I washed your car. Another little scammy tactic that parqueadores use is, especially when you are at a large gathering, a concert or something like that. You are parking in the middle of the street and they give you a little ticket for you to take, and the ticket usually says what they charge to wash your car for you. So it says probably 100 pesos, 200 pesos, depending. And they give you the ticket as if they were the police of the street. They expect you to give them the money up front before you even leave your car and go to your concert or go to wherever you're going. They expect you to give that money to them up front. To avoid parqueadores tactics, all you gotta do is promise them you'll give them money afterwards. So if you're not looking to give them any money up front, especially those that give you the ticket, you just gotta say, no, manito, no, te lo doy después, or something like that. You give them the money later. Why? Because if you give them the money up front, then there's no incentive for them to be there to actually watch your car. So they go off, do whatever they want, and they're not really gonna watch your car. So after you come back, then if you want, you give them some money. But never take that little ticket up front and give them money up front, okay? Don't do that. The second tactic that people that have tigueraje use up here in the streets belong to Limpia vidrios. Those are the guys that will clean your windshield when you're parked at a red light in the street. So Limpia vidrios, what they basically do to get your money, they almost never ask you to clean your windshield. No. They throw their sponge all the way from far away before you even know what's coming. And they already have your windshield all wet with that soapy water that they have. And they're gonna wash your windshield. So they expect a little bit of a tip for you to give to them for washing your windshield when you didn't even ask for it. So what do you do when a Limpia video wants to wash your windshield by force, basically, and you don't want to give them money? Try to be as kind as you can with Limpia videos and stick to your no, manito, no tengo dinero ahora, para la próxima. Be as kind as you can, because there have been reports of Limpia videos getting aggressive with people, not wanting to give them tips. And whatever you do, if you see a Limpia video that is a little bit aggressive, don't pull down your windshield to argue with them. So what you want to do, if you want to stick to your guns and just say no, be as kind as you can and stick to that no, and they'll go away as soon as they realize they're not going to get any money off of you. And the third tactic I'm going to be talking about belongs to the street vendors. There are people here on the red lights and intersections that go off and sell different objects, even food. And if you look at an article that you're interested in buying, like a phone charger or anything at all, they usually give you a price that is higher than what they are really expecting. So what you want to do with the street vendor is keep on haggling the price and negotiating the price down, especially if you see that the light is turning yellow on the other side. So if you're stopped at a red light and you're haggling and negotiating, when the light turns yellow for the other side and it's about to turn green for you, that means that you got to put that money up front. You're going to say, listen, man, I got this much and that's it. Like, you put your ultimatum price. If you can even show them the money that you're willing to pay for the article. And since you're going to see that their time is up and you're going to have a green light soon, they're most probably to accept the price that you're asking. Numbers 4 and 5 of this list belongs to an illegal way of getting people's money, and those are called chiperos. Chiperos comes from the name chip, which is the chip belonging to your credit card. So basically, chiperos copy your credit card info and use them illegally, of course. I personally have been a victim of some chiperos out there, so I'm going to teach you what tactics they use to get my credit card info. Thankfully, I got a refund from my credit card because they do have insurance for that. But the way they did my fraud was that I got a random delivery off of, one of those apps that deliver your food. And the delivery guy came with his cell phone in his jacket. So he had like a zip up thing and his cell phone was over here. Since he was holding my food, I thought his cell phone was in his jacket because he couldn't hold his cell phone in his hand. So when he handed me my food and asked for my credit card in his hands, he actually was recording with his camera all my credit card info. So when I gave him my credit card to pass through, the credit card system, he actually put my credit card numbers on his cell phone camera. He was recording everything, and I had no idea because his cell phone was like this, up in his chest, zipped up to here. I got suspicious. So I immediately called my bank, and sure enough, by the time I had called, he had put in about $100 worth of goods on my credit card, which I eventually got refunded. So that was my personal interaction with those illegal chiperos. And they also use more technological means that they can copy your credit card info with some magnets and all of those things. So beware of your credit card info. Never leave it out, especially if you see somebody with their cell phone camera out towards you. Never ever put your credit card info or personal info on that camera, so beware of that. Chiperos can also copy your info, and they can be working at any restaurant or gas station in the Dominican Republic. So what you want to do to avoid getting your credit card info hacked by the other chiperos that work at restaurants or gasoline stations is basically have your credit card in your hand at all times. And if your waiter or server asks for your credit card to obviously pass through the credit card system, what you want to do is ask them to bring you the little machine to the table. So a lot of the restaurants have the portable machines, the Verifone ones, and they come at you with that on the table and they charge your credit card right there in front of you. So you never want to leave your card out of sight. Also, the attendants at the gas stations, if they're gonna take your credit card and leave with it to charge your card, you say, no, 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 mi amigo, yo necesito ver mi tarjeta. You say, I wanna see my credit card. So they're gonna have to bring out the Verifone, or you step out of your car to get your card charged right in front of you. The next tactic that I'm going to talk to you about are people from jail. They call you up in your cell phone or landline and they make up a wild story of how they have to get your money. So they would invent anything from you want a sweepstakes to we're calling from your bank to verify some information, your account has been hacked. They give you any wild story and they can verify your data. They even call from your cell phone company and they sound very convincing. Give you a sale, a special something, and they need to verify your data. That's the key point over there. If they call you to verify your data, and then you say, no, mi amigo, yo llamo para atrás. Usted es Claro? Sí, yo llamo a Claro ahorita. You say, I'm gonna call Claro, the company, later, and you call Claro and make sure that it was them or it wasn't them to then verify your data if you're interested in whatever they have to say. We've had reports of people actually getting called from the bank, like from workers at the bank, and they call to verify info, get the customer's info, and then they empty out the entire account. So be aware, even if it's the bank calling you, beware of them verifying your info without you needing anything. So make sure that wherever a bank or any company you work with is wanting to verify your info, it was a call that you made to them, not them to you. Bueno, mis amigos, don't get scammed. That's the motto of this video. I hope that you learned something today. Let me know down in the comments what little tactic you didn't know about, or what tactic have you come across here in the DR. I would love to know down in the comments. Well, guys, this is me signing out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.